Good.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Partner Honesty. I'm Tiffany,
I'm Megan.
and we're going to start off with our Rewind That segment as we typically do because you guys give us some amazing comments every time we put a great question out there for y'all to respond to. So we're going to talk about the last episode, which was dating and what you
Dating.
guys said.
So, as Tiffany said, we talked about how dating is so different now versus then. So, um, the question was, what would you change in regards to dating now versus then? And one said, not being as digitally connected and more actual connection. I watch younger relatives and their relationships, and I would be so claustrophobic. They track each other, they FaceTime constantly, always digitally connected and watching what the other is doing and in love after 1 week. Society in general is so connected, but there's no real connection.
In love after a week. But I
Yeah.
do agree with, like you were saying, the whole I gotta share my location. I gotta tell you everything I'm doing. I'm in your face every second of the day. I can't do anything alone. Even if I'm alone, if you were saying your kids have their earpieces in and the person is still on the other line, that would stress me out so
Constant connection, but I agree with
much.
what she's saying, but there's no real connection. Like they
No.
don't know things about each other and they're not learning personality traits. It's just being
Mm.
present all the time, which is
That's
too
the one
much.
thing. I mean, I could
It's
be
too much.
present just sitting in the room, but you just see me as, oh, that's Tiffany over there in the corner. What else do I know about her? Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I no.
If I don't know you on Instagram, I don't know you. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
weird.
And then the whole being in love after a week. Oh,
Oh,
what do we know about each
I can attest
other?
to that. My boys are like that. Both my boys. They date a girl within 2 weeks. It's like, "I love you.
Why?
You're my baby. I love you." I'm like, I feel like, do we not really teach them what love is? Is it just an infatuation thing? Is it just I feel like you have to say that to your girlfriends? But like, oh yeah,
Hmm.
2 weeks and they're in love.
I do feel like maybe they don't have a true concept of what love is because where do you see that? You see that with relationship, whether it's your parents and their significant other, but do we really talk about what that means? That I love you. To me, it means I love you and I'm going to do whatever to save you, to support you, to protect you. But do they feel
Yeah, I don't think so.
that? It's
I
just a little
mean,
infatuation of I
it's
love you for
literally a
right
new
now.
girlfriend 2 weeks later, they're in love. I'm like, "Y'all, come on. You don't love each
I
other
mean,
yet."
maybe we just like each
I
other a
mean,
lot.
but then I think that saying "I love you" creates that constant connection. Well, then you
Yeah.
need to be on the phone with me. You need to share your location. Where were you at? Why were you there so long? Who were you with? Like, there's no freedom or independence.
I don't think you should
Little
be sharing your location with anybody besides your parents.
and your spouse if you're married,
Okay,
but,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
other
yeah.
than that,
Uh,
like, I don't think everybody and their mama. The another one said, "In the early years, memorizing phone numbers," which is funny. And all communication was spoken. There
yep,
were no such thing as text, emails, apps. So
that's
your
true.
family actually knew who you were dating.
Yes, because you had to come
So
to
I
the
feel like
door.
yeah. So that was a couple of the comments. I think it goes back to actual connection again, like talking. If you want to talk to somebody at school, excuse me, maybe you pass a note. But if not, I had to
Eh,
go talk to you because once I left school, I wasn't going to see you.
unless you lived in my neighborhood.
Right.
Yeah,
So you
that's
don't wanna
true.
miss the opportunity. So I do think the dating now versus then is the communication. Like, even I think we've talked about before, my older girls and they're dating more seriously. I give them these books of questions, like,
Mhm,
ask these questions,
mhm,
learn about your
mhm,
partner before you just say, "I
mhm,
love you, wanna get married." So,
Please, please do, please
yeah.
do. All right, so this week's topic is about thought about the subject, and I said to myself, maybe I should name it gender responsibility, but I don't know. So, going on a trip, we were invited to a outing.
Mhm,
It was on a lake.
mhm. Super fun.
So super fun. So 2 weeks before I went to the beach and I have my handy dandy trusted one-piece bathing suit that I always wear with my family, because I it's just ingrained in my head, you need to be always dressed appropriate depending on the group of people you're around. So it's too big now. So I said, oh, shoot, I got to get rid of this, but I got to get another one before we go on our lake outing because I don't want my buttocks out in front of everybody else's husband. And Megan was like, "What the hell?" And I was like, "What the hell? That's what you're supposed to do. You are not supposed to
Well,
have your
no,
butt
back up.
out."
She said,
Okay,
"I
I
had
had
to
to have
have
the
a one piece."
yes, I gotta have the one piece
And I was like, "Why?"
because I don't wear bikinis around other people's husbands unless it's completely. I don't know you. I don't care about you. I'm in another country, another city, and I'm not around my friends.
Which led into today, she has a really cute dress on,
I would never
and
wear
she
this
said, "I
around
would not wear it,"
husbands.
but it almost goes to her knees. Now when she sits down, yeah, you can't even see how long it is,
Look at that. You can see my thigh meat right there, y'all.
but when she sits down, it's a little shorter, but not, I mean, it's not like nothing's hanging out.
I would never wear
And I was
this
like,
around
"This makes no sense, but we're not talking about it till we get on camera because this is gonna be the episode."
So then we had a gathering before we went to the lake trip at our house. Had two couples over, and the young lady and I started talking because she has a daughter that's 15, and she was telling me the story about how they went looking for bathing suits, and she was saying, "Well, I told her she couldn't have one that was too exposed, and blah blah blah." And then I was talking to my daughters, and I was telling them about the whole bathing suit situation, and the youngest was like, "But they have their own husbands. Why are you worried about that?" And I was like, "Hmm." So I got to thinking, okay, I need to tell them it's okay for you to be comfortable wearing whatever you want to wear wherever you go. And don't let the whole stereotype of you have to be more appropriate to make sure you're not tempting somebody else because of what you got on. Where I learned that from, I think was my childhood when the responsibility for the girls was always you need to be modest. You need to make sure you're not overly provocative because if something happens to you, it's going to be your fault.
Okay, I definitely don't agree with that part, that last part. Now, I'm in agreement and not in agreement with you. So, part of me is always taught the girls modesty is okay because they don't like attention on them.
Hmm.
So, if you wear a halter top and your butt hanging out, you're drawing attention to
Yeah.
yourself. So, like, if you're confident and you wear it because you're confident and you like it and you whatever is one thing.
Yeah.
But if you're wearing it and then coming home and complaining, people are looking at you. Well, of course they are. I'm drawn to beautiful women. Like I see boobs hanging out of her butt.
I'm going to
I'm
look.
looking and it's not nasty. I just, whoa, okay, there's a lot in my face right now.
Hmm.
And so you can't, I don't know, but I think again, I guess it's circumstantial. You wearing a two-piece out yesterday, but all married or together couples to me is like, that seems normal. Like none of our husbands should be checking you out. If
And
they
if
are,
they
it's their
are,
issue. Now, if you showed up and jumped in naked, I'd be like, okay, we didn't say nude. Like,
and I would never do it, I would
okay,
be mortified.
that's a little whatever. But like, but if let's say you're going to a kid's kindergarten graduation, yeah, I don't know that's the most appropriate praise to wear a little halter top and booty shorts, right?
Yeah.
But if you're going out to the beach, you're going to grab some ice cream, okay, who cares? Like,
Mm.
I think it's situational sometimes. And also, if you're married, if your husband like you wearing little stuff and
Girl.
you're confident in little stuff,
I,
then why do you care what other stuff? And if somebody were to say, "Oh, Tiffany, I love you. Could you just wear a little bit more because we have issues in our own marriage?" Is that her problem? No, but I'm being open and honest about it. So maybe she's like, okay, I'm not going to wear my thong bathing suit around that. Like,
okay, yeah, I
but
would not,
otherwise, I
but
feel like you shouldn't have to, like, especially a two piece, because all two pieces aren't ultra revealing. I mean, honestly, you can wear two
yes, so I have
without being like,
worn the high-waisted, bikini bottom with the top, but I have never, like I said, I've never worn it around family and friends with spouses.
now, I will say family. Okay, I kind of agree with that. Would I go out in a little tiny bikini and a thong bikini around my daughter and my
Mm,
sons? No, never in a million years. I'd feel so weird, like walking around naked around them or something. I couldn't do it. But if my friends, if we were all like, it's an example. Madison, she went one day with her friends tubing, a bunch of couples, right?
okay.
And one of the girls came in a thong bikini.
Mhm.
And at first she was like, I was just really shocked that that's something you would do tubing in a thong bikini. She's like, but girl, she was rocking it. And they don't care. You know what I mean? But
And
like,
then I was thinking, okay, is this a generational thing? Because I don't know that my daughter subscribe to this same thought process. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it was because we grew up in a culture where if something happened to a young lady in the beginning, they could blame
Uh-huh.
her.
I think you're right though. Generally, year after year, generation after generation, the modesty gets less and less.
Oh,
Because my mom was never like that, but I wasn't allowed, it was just ingrained. I
mhm.
wasn't leaving in a tube top and mini shorts. I'd have a tank top and little shorts, but my butt wasn't hanging out, my boobs were hanging out.
Mm-mm,
So
mm-mm.
like, and now my daughters, they got to wear a little bit more as they got older. Now at 13,
No, ma'am.
I'm sorry,
No, ma'am.
no.
We're not wearing
The
booty shorts.
16, 17, 18, they kind of started their own thing. And I'd make comments like, if you don't like people looking at you, they're gonna look at you. Like, and hey, we're going to dinner. Can you please wear a full shirt? Like, or when sometimes even out with the girls, I don't want to walk behind you and see your butt meat. And your brothers don't want to see your damn butt
So
meat.
yeah, no.
So, like, I think there's still, but the modesty, I think each generation goes away. Like, it's more like, I'm free. Who cares? I
Yeah.
love my body. And
But I still feel like there's a level of just genuine respect for the relationships that you have with other people, especially couples, and then a level of respect for
but see, I
yourself.
almost think with couples, there
No,
should be more of a security,
no.
I guess is what I'm saying. Now, if we were all just like dating random people and you show up half naked, okay, are you trying to get attention of somebody else? Which,
But what if
and
people
that's,
are, and that's why they're
but that's
wearing it?
also negative thinking because you just might look, you have a great body. You might just want to show it off and you're confident.
No,
So, what is it to me to go, you should wear that? It's too revealing. Who the fuck cares what I think? If you're confident and you wear it, why should it matter?
because you are also saying to the friends, and we are very close,
Yeah.
that I don't give a damn if, like you said, okay, maybe if you brought it to me, hey, Tiffany, my spouse and I are having, please don't wear too much. And I'd be like, well, that's not my problem. And I wear it anyway. To me, that's saying I am asking for that attention. Whether it's intentional, like that situation is, or unintentional, I just feel like we
But
just
see,
cover it up
I
just
don't know.
because.
See, I relate clothes. Okay. I know it's different. But let's say I'm shy, don't talk, and I'm more quiet and private. Okay. And you're outgoing and laughing and everybody draws attention. It's the same thing. You could draw attention with your personality and people be
Okay, yeah.
drawn to you.
Mhm.
And I'm over here going, well, why is my husband laughing at her jokes? And why is everybody standing around Tiffany? And why is she the center of attention? You could be
Mhm.
fully clothed.
Well, that's
So
true.
I think whatever somebody's insecurities are
Mm.
is what, would be like, because I had complete confidence in our friend group. None of our husbands would be checking you out to go take you home. Like, pretty,
I hope not,
I'm
because
a
I would
hundred
be
percent,
mortified, and Imma tell y'all, I'm telling
but I'm
y'all
just
now
saying I'm
too.
100% confident.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I
I
think it
just
comes down to if I were to get mad or jealous, it'd be my insecurity that I feel insecure, not anything that you're doing.
I just think that it just, for me, it takes away any temptation or
Question.
question
I see
about
that.
what I'm wearing, why I'm wearing it,
I
am I
think
being
temptation's a good
respectful
word.
to the couples, and, maybe I know more about what they got going on, and
Yeah.
so I'm just being more respectful. Now, I will say, now if I go overseas or I'm going to somewhere that I don't know anybody and it's just me and Ed, I'm gonna wear whatever I want to. I don't give a damn if your husband look or not, because that ain't my problem.
Yeah.
But I do value relationships and friendships, family relationships as well, more than I value, I wanna show my booty.
See, and I think that's like it's a good point what you're trying to say, but I feel like for me, like I especially since I gained weight, right? I would never wear anything skimpy.
Mhm.
But I have such an outgoing personality that I'm always hugging and touching people.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing. I shouldn't, you know what I mean? You gotta think like if I don't really know that hugging and touching and laughing could be the same thing as somebody coming in a bikini to somebody else.
Because 'cause you're doing it with the opposite sex. So then I was like, "Okay, well, whose responsibility is it, for instance, if there is potential to be an
That's
issue
his. If
or a
he makes a
temptation?"
bad choice, it's his freaking responsibility. It's not yours. It's not your responsibility to control what somebody else is thinking
Mhm.
or doing. Now, can you tease and tempt? Yes. So I get the devil's advocate thing.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
even at church sometimes. I remember years ago, this other church I used to go to years ago. he'd say, "Can we not come in here tempting the devil up in here the way we're dressed?" 'Cause some girls were half naked at
Right.
church, and it's like, okay, I get the whole that what you said earlier, the word temptation. I get
Yes.
that, but I also feel like that's your own if I'm looking at somebody, that's my problem. That's not yours.
Well, I do feel like, okay, I am gonna look. If I see a nice gentleman and he walks by and I'm, with my husband or something, I will say, babe, man, he look good. Or I'll say that to you. And I know that I'm very confident that if it was just girls, we were hanging out at the pool, I will wear whatever I want. I'm not gonna worry about what you think about me, what they think about me. If I'm fat and my belly hanging over my bikini, you might say, "Didn't hide your belly hanging on, girl. I don't care. I like this bikini. I thought it was cute. I'm wearing it." But it's in a group of girls. It's never
Yeah,
mixed company. And I'm always mindful, like this dress, I would not, because I would feel so
crazy.
insecure
She
all day,
crazy.
pulling my
It's
skirt
literally to
down
her knees.
and like make sure
It's
you
it's
don't.
it's that, the 2-inch rule above your knees, it's
Yeah.
within that 2-inch rule,
But I also feel like
and that's in elementary school.
that, when we were growing up, it was just really taught to us young girls, it's your problem. And I'm
Yeah.
glad it's changing now, but for me, that's still stuck
But
in
I
my
I do
head.
think
Girl,
unfortunately,
it's your problem. If the boy tries to mess with you, it's because you had on your little skimpy shorts, you had on your little tank top,
yeah,
you was dancing too fast, or you was being,
yeah,
gesture.
provocative,
Yes,
yeah.
it's all and so I'm really conscious and mindful of, okay, hopefully I'm changing some of the dumb stuff we were taught, changing that with my own girls and my boys, that, okay, you don't have to subscribe to that. If you think you look fabulous and your booty hanging out, your titties hanging out, and you love it, go for it.
Yeah.
But also on the other side of that, be mindful of whatever cat call you get, whatever, comments you get. No, they're not your responsibility, but it may
Mhm.
happen. And what do you do with that?
Yeah.
So I
That's what I was just gonna say. I was gonna say, when you could do that, I think it's scenario based, where you wear it and when. I mean, we've been to so many different events, and sometimes I'm like, "What? That is not something you wear here." Right?
I we
I'm
just
sorry.
saw
I
that
don't
and I was like, we both were like,
what? Yeah, yes. What? I what? But
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 people feel like it's okay. I
yeah.
don't feel like there is a standard of professional dress anymore.
No, there's not. That's a great point
I
too. When you say
I
business casual, you got people walking in flip flops, a tank top, and panties. I mean, I don't
what the
think there is
hell?
a standard. And I think, like, when you said the cat calls and stuff, we can't control what other people think. But unfortunately, I think women are always
Held more responsible.
we're held more responsible and we're a target. So, like, men, some men, not all men, so God, don't come attacking me. But some men do take that as an invite. Well, if you're dressed like that, you must like, you like attention, or you like this or you like that. And I mean,
And then I also wondered, okay,
because men don't, if men went out in a freaking tank top and people, girls ain't cat calling them and
no.
trying to pin them in a corner or like,
Or if one of our friends' husbands had showed up in a Speedo, we probably would have been like,
I can't even picture.
what
I'm gonna
where your
die.
husband going with this?
Yeah, we'd be like,
But
girl.
I don't think anybody would feel any kind of way, or he would feel any kind of way about wearing his Speedo. Like, this is what I wear. He's not gonna be thinking like, oh, the girls are gonna be looking at me. Oh my God, what my wife gonna think if
Yeah,
they looking at me? They don't think like that.
no,
And then I don't feel that
I'm
they
still
would be
picturing.
responsible. Like if they walk down the street in a Speedo, nobody's really gonna catcall them or have really anything to
Yeah,
say.
or
So
say he
why
deserved me to hit on him, or he
Yes, so
deserved me.
why is it that women get that same comment, but guys don't?
I think it's taught, and I think it's narrative, and I think it's changing, just like everything else from 100, from 10 years ago to 50 to 100 to you have to change it. So, like,
Mhm,
if you're a man that was raised in a household where men disrespected
mhm,
women or degraded
mhm,
them or said things like, hit like a girl, you run like a girl, degraded girls,
mhm.
or you heard them cat call or whatever, of course that's a behavior, not necessarily their fault, but it's learned.
Yes.
So until they unlearn it or somebody else teaches them,
Mhm.
then they're just doing what they know.
Yeah.
And I think women are getting smarter, unfortunately, with having to have self defense on them, having to have maces, things like that. I mean, men don't go. What were we talking about the other day? Oh my gosh. And Nick was like, something. I'm like, because you don't have to think about these things. You're not a woman.
Yes.
You don't have to think about if a dude comes up on you or if you have to go into another bathroom or your drink beat. Like, you don't think about
Mhm.
when a woman goes somewhere, especially at night, it's literally a checklist
Yep.
of did you check the parking lot? Did you check behind your car, under your car? Did somebody follow you out of the store? Do you have your like so women when they dress then, let's say I go into a Walmart at a midnight in a bikini top and underwear, I promise you somebody's following me to my car. I can bet
I
it right
would
now.
never.
But you know
I
what I'm
would be
saying?
so
So
terrified, like
yeah.
you said. But that was something that when Ed was um he was a sexual, like, you do the preventive training in the
Yeah.
military. And so that was one scenario that he used. There was a young lady in the unit. She carried 10 knives on her body while deployed with other service members because she had 10 different knives all over her body. And he was saying to them, you don't even think about she got 10 knives on her, not to protect her from
The
the enemy,
enemy
it's to protect her
from
from
dudes in
you
her yeah.
in your unit.
Yeah.
That if you come up to me while I'm fully dressed in this ugly ass BDU uniform, trying to take what I got, that I have a way to defend myself. Guys never think about that.
They don't.
You never think about
They
it.
don't think about it. And so I think dress is another way that our parents taught us to protect ourselves.
Yes.
Just like I would leave the house, my mom would say, "Do you have full gas? Don't stop at a railroad
Mhm.
track.
Mhm.
Look at your back seat." I mean, all these things to my safety. I think my clothing was just another layer
Yeah.
of that safety.
Yeah.
Like, hey, don't wear too short of a dress. Don't do this. Don't do that. Because I think it's just fearfulness that you're inviting danger
Yeah.
when you're not doing that. But unfortunately, you are doing that.
And then it was reinforced because I'll never forget, it didn't happen in the US, I think it was Europe. The young lady had the tight, tight pants on, and the judge agreed with the defense that there's no way he could have raped you unless you helped him take your pants off. And I was like, what the hell? I was mortified.
That's horrible.
Mortified, because then I
And
was
I
like, if she gets lumped into that,
mhm.
then,
Who's
okay,
the
well,
next
my little
person?
booty shorts and my little halter top, oh shoot,
Yeah.
I don't have a chance. So I guess that stuck with me for years, and it's just the church didn't help it at all either. Because when I went
Yeah.
to the first church ever in my life, you better not come into church with pants on. You better have your skirt all the way to your ankles. You better have on a modest top. Do not wear red lipstick. So I'm just like, man, that is really crazy. All the
Yeah.
things I believe about, I have to be self-conscious and protect and cover up when nobody else has the responsibility but me,
Yeah.
but I'm not even the one doing anything,
Right. Right.
It's
It's unfair.
you. You're
Yeah.
making the choice that you want to catcall me. You're making the choice, "Oh, I like what she got. Imma
Yeah.
take it," or whatever. So I'm hopeful that, the conversation I have with my girls makes them feel more confident. I think she was more confident than I was because when she said, "Well, they got husbands. What are you worried about?" And I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
well, yeah, but still, I don't want to tempt them in any way or it to feel like I'm tempting them." And that's the upbringing, the church, being
Yeah.
married,
I think there's a
being in
line to that,
infidelity.
but a two-piece bathing suit, I don't think's the line. I mean, I think if you came and said, "Yeah, go naked in the" okay, that might have caught everybody off guard. But, like, to come in a two-piece, I think that's a line that's not a line in
um,
my
just can't do it. I don't know. I mean,
but we were with people who had two pieces on.
and I felt very good for you, baby. I'm never gonna do
I
that.
mean, you didn't think about Ed being worried about a girl in a two-piece bathing suit?
Well, damn it, if I mean,
That's
okay,
his
so I
problem
did
then.
look. I looked. I was like, oh, that's cute on her. Oh, I like that. Oh, I see
Yeah.
her boobs. Go ahead, girl. You got some nice boobs. But I never would have given it a second thought
Right.
that Ed is looking,
Right. Because 'cause you're in your friend
or
circle.
some other husbands were looking at the other girls.
Yeah.
I never gave that a thought, but for me, it just, I was purposeful. I went and bought 2 one pieces, because I knew we were gonna have the pool get together, and then I knew we were gonna go to the lake, and it's just that's just me.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I understand that, but it's just
I
I
mean,
can't
there's
do it.
something to being conservative. I
I
don't think
can't
it's
do it.
crazy. I mean, I have a lot of friends like
Yeah,
that.
I
I
wouldn't
would
wear a thong bikini if I was in Brazil like
Because you don't know
everybody
anybody.
else?
Maybe it's more about them being able to picture you a certain way. Like, you
Mm,
don't want your friends seeing you half naked or your family, but in Brazil, like you said, you don't know those people. You'll never see them
I
again.
never see that. I don't
You're in
care what you
somebody's camera roll somewhere, I'm sure,
probably.
but
Because when we went to Carnival, I did wear my little outfit was very minimal. I was self-conscious a little bit until I started seeing everybody else
that
that
didn't
they're having
care.
fun and enjoying themselves and, "Oh, you look good, girl." And then I was like, "Okay, now I can calm down." But in the beginning, I was like, "This might be a little too racy."
But see, I think it's your environment. You wore it in an environment that
Yeah,
everybody was doing it.
yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So you
But if you guys had have been with me, I wouldn't have worn that. I would not have worn that. Absolutely not.
see, that's bad too.
If my friends
Glad we're picking places in the
had
winter.
gone with me
Glad
to
glad we went to
Brazil,
Canada.
I would not have
That's
worn
funny.
my outfit. I would have been so self-conscious. Yeah, I wouldn't have.
What if I would have said, "I'll wear one with you"? Would that matter? Or still because Nick's there? Obviously not around the boys, but I'm saying, like,
Mm, maybe. I probably would have done a little. I wouldn't have done as less as I did. I would have did a little more, but if you said, "I'll do it with you," because I probably would have been like, "Okay, this is with nobody. This is with everybody." Maybe I would have come to here with, "Okay, if you'll wear something with me, then I'll do it."
yeah,
But, if we hadn't talked about it, then it would have been this and not this.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. And maybe it's also stems from, having that infidelity in
Right.
relationships that
You put up things you
like
know to protect.
yeah, to
Yeah,
try to protect other couples because I would never want anybody to go through that experience. It's horrible. And then also to protect the relationship that I'm never gonna try to do something crazy like that because I have seen friends like break that
oh,
trust
yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
you're a horrible person to me and you should die. But anyway, I just never want that to be something people can think about. Tiffany messy. She'll take your husband if you ain't
Yeah.
careful or
I
your
agree with
boyfriend
that.
or something. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I
Even with my little arms out right now, I'm like, I probably wouldn't wear this around other people's husbands.
that's crazy to
I
me.
wouldn't.
It's so cute. I was thinking you should bring it to Colorado if we do a nice dinner or something.
I already told you I ain't wearing this.
Crazy.
Well, guys, what do you think? I'm very surprised. I've carried this mantra of being very modest into my later years in life, but
Leaving off the number.
maybe Megan can help me get over it a little bit. Maybe need to talk about it in therapy. What are you guys' thoughts about? Should your friends, girls, wear bikinis, guys wear speedos around couples?
I can
I cannot imagine
Could you
our
imagine all
guys
those guys got out in their Speedo?
There's two that I could see wearing them.
I can
There's two I could see wearing them, but they would probably be doing it as a joke.
I don't even know that I could be like, I don't even know if I could focus. Like, I would be like, don't look down. I'd be laughing so hard.
I did see.
I couldn't do it.
So there was a
Please don't do
Facebook
it.
video where, of course, young ladies, they lay out in the
Yeah.
sun and they wear their bikinis or whatever. And so fathers are kind of like, "What the hell, my daughter laying out there with her ass out." So this one dad, he walks to the
Oh,
pool
gosh.
sunning area. He has on a sock
Oh, gosh.
and he lays down, but the girls are mortified, like, "Oh my God, dad, why are you?" But then he was like, "Well, now you see how I feel."
Yeah.
So I'm just, yeah. Anyway,
let's not
guys,
experiment with that.
let us
friends.
know what you think in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, bye, guys.